It's big, it's boldly styled, it's very luxurious, and it's fully electric. This is the 2024 Kia EV9, in this case, the top spec, the GT line. Get in. This is Family Wheels. I wrote down something from the press materials, the media materials that Kia puts out. All the winning qualities of Telluride and EV6. That may sound a bit cheesy, but in fact, it's true. Remember when the Telluride came out a few years ago? It kind of stole a march on a lot of other SUVs. And here we have an electrified version, only it's bigger. And that's the kind of vehicle that America wants, and to some degree, Canada. There's a shift in design language in the EV9, and the word is chunky. They use it in their own materials. At first I was a bit put off by it. Now I like it. Space for people and cargo is the main thing that buyers of three-row SUVs demand. The other thing is height. They really want to be above the crowd, and this certainly does that. Of course, range always varies with temperature and your right foot. Check out the pep of the vehicle. And it's always fun to do that in an EV because the torque is instantaneous. It comes on right now. And we're just gone, headed for the horizon, just like that. Well, we don't really talk about handling and three-row SUVs, but let's take the EV9 through some bends and see how it does in sport mode. Well, it's capable, but boy, the physics takes over at some point. We went up to the lovely little town of Squamish. Lots of sinuous mountain roads. The EV9 acquitted itself very well indeed, with or without the many driving aids that it has. EV9 weighs 5,800 pounds. You need brakes to slow that down. And there's an example of how well they work, particularly in concert with those big fat 21-inch tires we have. So let's see how it handles our neighborhood bumpy road. And just as you'd expect from a vehicle of this size and price, it does an excellent job. I'm absolutely in love with the materials in the interior, particularly this top spec off-white and charcoal contrast. It is splendid. I think it punches well above its price weight. And guess what? All the materials in the interior of any EV9, these seat materials, they are not leather. They really feel like it. The ergonomics of the interior are absolutely excellent. Just everything is perfect. And it starts with really, really good seats. Nice firm bolsters on the side here. Even these mesh headrests have a certain little measure of comfort. At this spec, we have the little party trick where the leg rest comes out. But heck, why talk about it when I can show you? And to the specification, the driver gets a massage function in the seat. It's got all kinds of options and configurability. Our GT line EV9 has the mood lighting that's now common across the luxury segment. And Kia has also joined the brands that can turn the headlights into a light show. I don't have many criticisms of the EV9, not many at all, but one of them involves the HVAC panel here. This is a new thing. It is obstructed by the steering wheel. The shifter is simplicity itself, rotated forward for drive and rearward for reverse. But the stock on the EV9 has the start-stop button in an awkward position. It's obscured and not easy to reach. Another thing I'm not crazy about, there's actually controls along here. You really can't see them. They're not hard buttons. They are soft buttons with haptic feedback. So you press it, it gives you a little bump back. Not crazy about how that works, although it does work. Some controls you often find in the center are over here on the side, and that includes seat heat, seat ventilation, as well as massage and steering wheel heat. Sometimes they're a little hard to see if it's a bright day like this. The EV9 passes our Family Wheels child seat test with flying colors, as you'd expect from a 3-row SUV. Behind me, we've got the kind of child seat that takes up the most room, rear-facing. Here in front, I've got a decent amount of room between my knees and the glove box door. It's a swell environment here in the second row of the EV9. We've got a couple of captain's chairs. They're not only heated, they're ventilated as well. And just like the front seats, the second row gets power leg rests. The second row seats are power folding with controls on the top and side. Also, there's a full set of HVAC controls. 2 USB-C ports there in the sides of the front seats, just like the Kia Telluride. There's a large bin that slides out of the center console, and on top of that bin is a little table. Now, in the third row, they have air outlets, as well as USB-C ports and power adjustments for the seat backs. And, of course, everybody gets a bit of moonroof. We have a second roof back here, in addition to the sunroof up front, and the people in the third row do get to enjoy the view too. Well, there you have it, the Kia EV9. It's large and has left a large impression on me. But what do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.